Hello and welcome, one and all, to An Unlikely Tale, The New Feud. Based in the Sword Coasts of Faerun, where we use a combination of 5th edition, Pathfinder 1st edition, a dash of homebrew, and a sprinkling of the classic rule of cool. Tonight we'll be continuing our intrepid journey to bring good into the world and have a little fun along the way. This is a brutal, grim, dark adventure filled with various hardships, struggles, and injustices. So if you have a low constitution score, like Silas, you may want to grab advantage for those saves. So without further ado, my friends, allow me to say hello. It's been some time. Life, takes precedence sometimes. We had to get some things squared away. However, things are right in the world once more. And with it comes our regularly scheduled broadcasting. Without further ado, allow me to introduce our illustrious players. Hello!
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
Fancy meeting you here.
Come here often.
It is.
Hey, stranger.
It has been a while.
Yeah. Medicus had his little vacay, which he should be back, I believe, on the 1st. So, looking forward to having the group back together officially come next session.
Yes.
It is serendipitous
Excited.
that we didn't have a session last week because I was like dead.
Yeah, I saw, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. That's rough.
Yes, definitely. How you feeling now?
I'm better. I'm better now. I still got the sniffles. I still got a bit of a cold, but otherwise, I'm not dying.
Hmm.
That's
That is
good. I'm
always good.
glad.
Yeah.
Because last week I was dying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was fine.
I could hear.
I was making mac and cheese.
You still got a little bit of the congestion going on. I know that feel, man. It's rough. It's really rough.
Yeah. The thing is, it's also rainy season here, and
Oh,
with that, it's also the flu season. So it's actually coming around. And like I said in some of my tweets, some of my family actually caught COVID, and
oh.
got
Oh,
I am.
oh no.
And yeah, the thing is, they're living in the same. They were living in the same apartment as I was during that time because they had like issues with their house,
That
so they
sucks.
stayed over. And then everyone started getting sick, and then everyone started getting COVID. Like, oh no, and I pretty much just barred myself in the room.
It's just circulating. I love that.
Hmm.
Yeah, thankfully I've done my test, and I thankfully do not have it.
Hey, Banana.
And-
How's it going?
I thought through the grace of God I did not catch it.
Seriously.
But I was sick with the flu. Yeah, but I was sick with the flu, so that was
I'm
not fun.
glad
It
to hear
wasn't
that you
fun.
bounced back, though. You know?
yeah. Thanks, man.
Of course.
I haven't
I
paid
still-
food.
Eating over here
I got
with
mac
their
and
mac and
cheese.
cheese. Yep.
Yet.
Got some pineapple juice here, and I'm good.
How about you, Alistair, man? I haven't seen or heard hide or hair you too much lately. keeping busy?
I'm good. Yeah, it's just I went to a con recently. Speaking
Awesome.
of, so we're gonna find. Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun. Just I'm exhausted because
I bet.
work doesn't stop even
Yeah.
afterwards. I bought dice again because I have an addiction.
Can't blame me there.
Shiny clicky clacky?
Yay!
Must have shiny
Yeah.
clicky clackies.
Math rock.
I don't know if any of you've seen this one before, but it's basically a D20 in a bottle, and it's filled with like glittery liquid, and you shake it, and then you flip it over, so it's like a magic 8-ball kind of thing.
That's so
Ooh.
cool.
I'm gonna share it in the Discord so you can see it.
I was gonna say, I really want to see a picture of that.
Yeah, give me a second. I guess I'll just put in the D&D general.
Oh, someone's dying.
Poor
Alright.
guy.
Only slightly. Only slightly.
The remnants of death.
Yeah.
Silas is like, I don't actually I don't remember, but
Okay.
I tried to make a joke that I completely forgot what I was talking about. Love that I
all
do
good.
that.
Oh, that's actually pretty
Um,
sick. That is sick.
Wait, what? Oh, that's
Uh,
cool. Go away, photo.
All right. So,
Uh,
couple little side notes before we get going. I added
Hmm?
stamina to everybody's sheet. If you need a refresher on how the stamina works, you can check in the important notes section of the Discord where I have it pinned, so you can review everything that it can do
I
and how
read
it
that
works.
and I got confused.
I
I'll
know it
figure
can
it
be a
out.
little confusing at first, but once you get into the habit of using it, it'll be you'll be using it all the time. Trust me. It's a fun little
it's
tool.
basically, do you want to use more actions at the cost of getting exhausted?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. You can augment your skill checks, attacks, all sorts of manner. Like, because, I've had more than my fair share of players ask me, can I do this fancy thing? You know what I mean? And you kind of wanna in some instances, but you don't really have the means of doing it in a balanced way. I figured stamina, after a couple of years of testing it out, is a good way to keep not only the martial classes relevant in the later levels, but also allow the players to kind of enact that creativity. So
basically
Alright.
tapped into the power of anime.
yeah, yeah.
No.
Yup.
No.
It's been used for
Channel
all
it.
sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Wait, I think I'm blind. Can someone like ping me in the chat? The important notes thing.
No problem.
Sorry, I'm
No,
blind.
you're fine. You're fine. It's okay.
Which one are you trying to look for?
This one
The
here.
one with the stamina thingy.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
God,
No, no one.
I just don't look good. Okay, cool.
All right, guys. I know it's been a while, so would we like a little recap of where we last left off? I'm sure it's pretty memorable for some of you.
I'm new.
No problem. All right.
Okay.
Let's queue up our good stuff. Now bear with me. My audio has been acting funky in Roll20 lately. I experienced this also with the Seven Saviors just a few days ago. So if anything is out of whack, please don't hesitate to let me know so that I can adjust it for, maximum effect. Right.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the heck's been going on with Roll20, but it's been a nightmare to deal with lately. And the worst part is I tested everything before we got started. Like 4 hours ago. Ugh, I hate it
You
when it
really
does
hate to
this.
see it.
Yeah, seriously. Throw off my momentum, why don't you? Hold on 1 second. The hell is this thing's problem? Apparently none of my audio is working. This is frustrating.
I think the audio though isn't
It'll like pop up
that's
for a
weird.
second and then immediately shut off. That's not... What the hell? Play for me, please. Please play your beautiful song.
I can hear the audio in the Roll20, but it's very faint.
Yeah? Interesting.
Super faint.
Well, we'll improvise.
Do you,
I have a
do you have
secondary,
do you have the volume bar up?
yes, yeah.
Well, that was
I just
asking blah 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 Verinto.
Like it's popping up, but like none of the songs have any playtime for some reason, and I'm not sure what's going on there.
Which that's weird. It's working for me in my end.
Is it? That's so
Yes.
odd.
There's Dark
Yeah, for
Dreams
me,
and Dark Piano.
Yeah, Dark Piano and Dark Dream Silent Hill style music is playing,
What the
and it's a low volume, but I can still hear it.
Interesting. Okay. Hold on. Well, we'll just bear with it. How's that? Is it audible at all?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So, when we had last left off, part of our divided party had managed to return to the city of New Barovia, with intentions of reuniting with Jean and Pagliacci at the Allfather's Tavern. Along the way, Chiquita and Lance noticed the mass grave containing citizens from the Purge. However, the nature of their storage and handling of their posthumous remains are strange, as they are placed in what could only be likened to a refrigerated pit, shaded from the elements as if to preserve the bodies. With the ride into the city interior, along the way they note how it's surprisingly cleaned up uh, so quickly after the inevitable incident, and eventually, continuing along the way, they make it back to the familiar warmth and comfort of the Allfather's Tavern. Kaz is introduced to Jean, as the kobold eagerly shakes his hand before running to the little kobold's room. Lance and Jean take the time to fill one another in on the party's experiences since splitting up. And in the process, Jean introduces Youth Silverwood to the others. Absolute hell is going on here. App is off center now?
Oofa doofa.
I'm not having a good one today, guys. It's okay, but bear with me.
Yeah.
They share a discussion with Youth Silverwood, who hints at inklings of a potentially dangerous plot that looms behind the scenes over Barovia. And they take part in an exchange over thoughts regarding the purge that Pizzoli had enacted upon the citizenry, and conclude that while they understand that his track record is considered generally benevolent, there could be little justification for such an act. As a result, they opt to report their success with the recent bandit issue, and perhaps gain an opportunity to question Pizzoli's actions as of late. Lance states that his feelings of being overwhelmed, but his willingness to step up, and Youth tries to assure him, noting that he and the others aren't alone, that they've got allies fighting with and for them, even if they don't know yet. They also learn the nature of the brew they had found on Van Richten's person, and that Kaz had unwittingly consumed, a concoction made into be an impossibly powerful stimulant, using Sylvan magics. Youth notes that there's a skilled alchemist by the name of Kiyomi, who may be able to provide further insight and even replicate the brew, should they choose to do so. It's shortly after that Youth mentions the brew's difference relative to the local delicacy, Sheogorathian cheese, an enchanted treat born from an interplanar recipe offered by the god of madness from a far-off realm. It's here that things take a sudden, unexpected, and utterly horrible turn, as a beast of legend is conjured onto the city of New Barovia by the chaotic powers of madness imbued into the cheese, the mighty and terrible Tarask. After a short panic and scramble to figure out their next move, as the creature rampages in the western side of the city, they decide that avoiding the beast is their best bet of survival. And as they leave the tavern, a fairy crashes into Caiaphas, a young cleric by the name of Isla, who proves to be their salvation leading them through the city safely as Eradikai and Youth head off to engage the creature. With some strong coordination and quick-handed response, they manage to take the keel ship eastward along the Savlich River and outside the borders of Barovia, where they finally find safety. And now, hours later, softly bobbing along the gentle current, our party busies themselves aboard the vessel with various tasks and activities. Of them, what are our various party members doing?
Uh,
Oh, this is.
who
Oh
wants to go
my
first?
Jesus Christ. It moved me to a completely different game. I'm not even sure why it did that. No wonder the audio wasn't working properly on my end.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
There we are. The hell was that all about? What a pain in the ass.
Some
But
real tech wizardry.
now we're back on track though, my friends. I do apologize for the inconvenience.
We got your back, yo. Always.
Much love. Alright, friends. Now, as you ride along the gentle waves of the Savlich River, aboard this keel ship used to spirit yourselves away, what are our party members doing?
Let's see. Should I go first?
Go on, yeah.
um, John would basically like isolate himself in one of the cabins after the cabin.
Pardon?
And John would probably isolate himself in one of the cabins if there's a cabin. If there are
Yes.
cabins, yeah. And I think he'd probably try to meditate and calm himself down after the fiasco that just happened. Basically, try to try to center himself and like try to replay in his thoughts like his training, his all the stuff he learned back into Feywild. Basically, just try to center himself back and get a sense of structure and stability for himself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, how about roll a wisdom save for me, as you or a wisdom check, specifically.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wisdom? Just straight wisdom?
Yep, just straight wisdom.
How do I roll straight wisdom?
Oh, you just hit on the you tap on the
There we go.
keyword, yeah.
There we go.
Excellent,
There
excellent.
we go.
Thank you. All right. Ooh, damn, double 21s on the first shot. Well done.
Yeah.
Triple
Yeah.
sevens, baby.
Twice split. Yeah.
All right. As Jian takes a moment to isolate himself from the rest, residing within a isolated corner in the interior cabin of the ship's hold, he takes a moment to attempt to meditate and center himself after the chaotic cascade of events he's recently experienced. He calls upon the training and mentorship he received from his master during his time in the Feywilds, and focuses intensely on bringing about calm, to which he succeeds as he taps into the fundamentals of his teachings and training, and they prove fruitful. And in this moment, he's able to, at least temporarily, stuff down the overwhelming stress and trauma that he and the others have experienced as of late. Since his return from the Feywild, this has probably been the most completely topsy-turvy experience he could have ever had.
Oh yes.
And as you find yourself calm and centered once again, what does Jian do?
Once he's calmed down, I guess he uprights himself and like he regains his composure, and then he tries to check on how the others are doing. Basically, trying to make sure that he's okay himself, and then now he's trying to see like how everyone else is doing.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to whoever is closest.
All right. Well, we'll pick up there in just a moment. While Jian is meditating and kind of finding his center, what are some of the others doing in that particular time frame? How are they busying themselves?
I don't remember the exact time frame that you said this trip was gonna be, but
This is day one since you're leaving Barovia, and day one of three, essentially.
oh,
But
right.
that said, you don't necessarily need to wait out the 3 days. It's just kind of you
Fair
guys
enough.
unanimously agree that waiting for things to blow over a little bit might be a good idea.
Just gonna be reading.
All right.
Yep.
Isla, using this opportunity to kind of whisk themselves away in the very deep, deep well that is literature. They pore over the various books available within the captain's quarters. A collection of nautical books, maps, and the occasional fairy tale or fantasy book. Squirreled, however, nestled tight between a set of nautical charts, is a very old-looking tome. Of these books available, what does Isla decide to read? As she's nothing but time
Going for the
ahead of her.
tome.
Going for the tome. All right, fair enough.
Yes.
Isla withdraws the old, worn leather book from the shelf and places it on the nearby captain's desk. Peeling open its leather binding, kind of plume of dust escapes from the old parchment. And after a quick scan, you realize that it is a logbook. Contained within is a recollecting and log of the captain's adventures aboard this vessel. Do you choose to scan deeper into the pages?
Yeah, why not?
As you pore over the book, you, starting from the beginning, follow the intrepid tale of a humble and modest Vistani captain whom had lived in Barovia since youth. Within these old pages is a log of the previous 7 years, as this Vistani had operated in the times of old Barovia, under the tyranny of Strahd. Within it, details of some of the horrendous and terrifying things they had experienced during his reign. But soon after, you quickly find the tone of the logbook changes to one of surprising positivity, as he recounts various successful trade routes and jobs under the new regime since the establishing of their trade superiority within the nearby region. New Barovia, much to their satisfaction, is the largest settlement in the area and the largest producer of goods to all of the nearby settlements there within, including Edelgard, whom receives arms against the ever non-ending tide of devils and demons who seem to slip through the cracks from the nine hells and the abyss after the unfortunate events that had taken place just 2 years prior. But, despite all of this, the captain has quite obviously seen a great deal of prosperity and success in the last 5 years. With the book concluding that after the previous successful job, he decided to retire. Which is probably why the tome appears to be so disused after such time. And that's pretty much the gist you get from the captain's logbook.
Seems like a pretty boring dude. But okay.
You read his diary.
Well,
Well, maybe
of
his
his
diary would
various
be interesting.
jobs, to that end, of the various jobs listed within, some of them allude to various locations he had found in passing. Within, potentially buried treasures and riches, untouched. For the man was a merchant, not a warrior, and never thought himself to brave the uncertain depths and darkness there within. So
Not
yeah,
much of a warrior either.
he was boring, but this could potentially lead to windfall in the future, should you decide to take it with you.
I guess I could take it with me.
Fair enough.
Just gonna pocket it.
And you stow the book within your leather pack and grab one of the old fantasy novels, looking to fill your time with something more entertaining and lively. Kicking your feet up on a nearby chair onto the captain's desk, or from a nearby chair onto the captain's desk, you pour into this book, filling your time. And as this happens, as this is taking place, what's Chiquita doing? What's Lance and Kaz filling their? How are they filling their time as the ship gently
Chiquita.
bobbles along on the current?
Chiquita is going to be taking some time to maintenance her parts. You know, maybe rub some lubricant on her rusty parts.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check to see how
So
successful she is at the maintenance of her her ever decaying body. And despite her best efforts, the most she manages to do is lube up her joints,
Yeah, sounds about right.
as she lacks the tools and resources necessary to do any meaningful repair.
Poor Chiquita.
She's gotta find Pico or Coco or whatever her name is.
Como, Roro.
So,
Piku,
Boku no Coco.
Boko no Coco.
One of those, sure, whatever.
wake me up before you go.
This
Wake me up
interaction's
before you-
bringing a horrible name of a very horrible anime to mind.
Oh yeah, I think we've mentioned before.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's reminding
need
me
to.
of this anime.
Yeah.
And I really wish I could have not heard this conversation now so I can unremember this.
Womp womp.
Welcome to D&D. That said, um, as you realize that you lack the resources and tools to fix yourself, what do you decide to do instead?
I'm gonna go check in on my flesh pets.
Wow. Okay.
It's wrong, but okay.
We're gonna start with. Oh, I'll start. Unfortunately, he's not here to roleplay, but I'll start with Kaifus, the NPC.
Decide to check on your fellow compatriots and head to the lower deck of the ship, following the trailing sound of shifting glass and tossed miscellaneous items. Rounding a corner, you find yourself in the mess hall of the ship, or mess hold, rather. Within, Kaifus is busily kind of going through various crates, cabinets, and barrels, clearly in search of something. And after a moment, you quickly realize what it is. He's collecting all of the liquor contained within the ship, piling it into one collection atop the table within the mess hold. Idly taking a swig from one of the open bottles as he does. He looks harried, as it appears he hasn't gotten much sleep and seems to be very on edge.
Oh, you're not looking too good. Are you okay?
Yep, fine.
Oh, okay. I guess that's how you look normally, but I guess I forgot.
I think I'm gonna just take that as a compliment.
Chiquita is gonna look at him like he's a sussy baka. And then. Okay, I leave you alone now. You can drink all you want. Don't die.
You hear him mutter something under his breath as he waves a hand at you kind of dismissively and goes back to taking another swig from one of the nearby bottles.
I guess I'll go find someone else.
Seeing as Kaifus has found a activity to busy himself, Chiquita decides to head above deck to check on the others. And as she's wandering about, Isla's pouring into this fantasy novel, and Jean is busy meditating, finishing up as he centers himself once again. What are Lance and Kaz filling their time with?
Well, there were two things I was thinking of either doing. It was either checking up on everyone, but I'm not. If like John's like meditating, I'm not gonna bother him. Or try and do what I know best, which is reading.
So, you want to try meeting up with somebody?
Um. Yeah. I'm thinking out of everyone, Lance would be the one to be like, "Is everyone okay?" and making sure everyone is okay mentally.
Locking the ship's wheel into place and counting for the wind direction, Lance, kind of secure in the knowledge that the ship will maintain course, heads down to the top deck of the ship, where Cass is currently residing, looking out at the water and kind of taking in the sun and air. something surprising despite a kobold's predisposition towards the underground.
Oh, it is so new and exciting.
Oh, you think it's exciting? I guess that's one way to put everything we've been through in less than a day.
Oh, no. That aside, Kaz is talking about this water. Like, there is so much of it. Kaz has never been around so much water before.
Huh. Well, I'm glad you can see the bright side of things. Which also reminds me, have you been drinking water?
Oh, yes. I think. Actually, there is water in here. In fact, there's the kitchen. Kaz has many ideas for a kitchen.
Well, we can go find it together.
Yes.
The two of you head below deck, making your way towards the mess hold, where the kitchen and cookery reside. As you make your way through the lower deck of the ship, you hear the crashing and clanging, various items being thrown to and fro. And in the midst of it, you bump into Chiquita, who seems to be leaving the area.
Oh,
You
Friend
good?
Chiquita, hello.
Oh, hello, hola, ¿cómo estás?
You speak strange languages that Kaz does not know. It is exciting. Oh, so many things are exciting to Kaz right now. It is good that Kaz met such interesting new friends.
Oh, wow, are you going to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay, just be careful. There's a feral animal in there.
Hey,
Wait, what?
what is?
Yes, I feel like Kaifis is he's like acting like animal for liquid.
Is he drunk again?
I think. I don't know. It's disgusting.
He's drunk again. Okay, let's make sure he doesn't destroy everything while drunk.
Yes. Kaz won't have to wrestle with him if he does.
I wouldn't mind seeing that happen.
You make your way
I guess I follow.
down the hall from whence Chiquita came. The trio of you entering into the mess hold to a Caiaphas now seated at the long eating table, dining table, excuse me, with a massive kind of collection of various rums, liquors, scotches, vodkas, every kind of possible alcoholic beverage that could be found within the ship is now placed upon this table in a clustered collection.
Ooh, if he goes through all that, you'll get more sick than Kaz did.
All right. Well, let's just. Okay, we're gonna throw him out of the kitchen because I don't trust him in here.
Yes.
Go
Kaz
to
needs
your
outer
room.
space too.
It's like, what? I can't drink in peace?
Okay. If you get drunk and you're sick, and also who knows if you're gonna get seasick, that's double sick.
Not sick.
He looks down at himself and then kind of investigating. Then he looks back up at Lance before saying, well, I don't think I'm gonna get seasick. If I was, I probably would have already thrown up everywhere.
Look,
Besides,
how about
a little
oh,
hair of the
God.
dog that bit you never hurts.
The dog that bit us, it summoned a Tarask. Yes, I think it can hurt us.
Fucking dog.
He's very bad dog.
A little bit of peace and tranquility for once. He takes a long,
Yes,
deep
yes.
draw from one of the bottles.
Yes, yes, you can find that elsewhere, but for now, Kaz needs the kitchen. All that running and chaos and panic has Kaz very hungry. I'm sure the rest of you are too, yes?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, I'm so hungry.
I could go for a good homemade meal. What? Oh no.
With a look of indignation, he tries to clumsily gather as many bottles into his arms as he can before storming out of the kitchen and leaving the trio to their devices, muttering as he goes, "Can't have a moment of peace around here. I just wanted a goddamn drink."
Do you want a meal or not? We're going to make dinner.
He stops, peering over his shoulder, a look of tantalizing curiosity on his face.
Yeah.
Well, what are you making?
Oh, whatever is here.
Okay, yeah.
Kaz was think of something. She cooked lots for her clan back home.
I'm going to trust Kaz, even though I have no prior experience.
Caiaphas,
Ooh, yes,
as
Kaz
well,
has to get very creative.
looks very skeptical. With a cocked eyebrow, he says, "Well, as long as you don't poison us all. Last thing
it's
I
that
need is
or
it
the
coming out of the
tacos.
other end."
Do you want tacos instead?
No, I definitely don't want tacos.
Okay. I will
Chiquita
assist with the
hides a
cooking,
taco
but
behind her back.
where do you make these? I don't understand where they keep coming from. That's all. You just do a tea and
Okay, yes, Kaz, get to work then, yes. And then she will look around to see what kind of ingredients are presented.
And no sooner does Caiaphas leave the kitchen hold, does he bump into Jian, who is currently kind of walking about with a searching expression.
I'm trying to say hi, and I'm pretty sure he just like ignores me.
You say hi, and as he passes by with
He's
this
like,
collection of
yeah.
clinking bottles in his arms, he just makes a single grunt.
Okay. And I go into the kitchen. It's like, hey guys, what's up?
Oh, good. Friend Jean here too.
Yeah, that was a
Food
lot.
is going to come.
That's good. I don't,
The more
Doesn't
friends,
all-
the better the meal.
just no cheese, please.
You,
No cheese.
are you
Well,
actually
French cheese
this
is-
in character?
In character, I think I am now.
Oh, right. It's been 2 weeks. I forgot. I just remember what was the come up. Okay.
Yeah, I think I am now. Just no cheese, whatever.
Yes, you all are very aware of the cheese now. Well, probably with the exception of Isla, who has no idea. Isla
Yeah,
is.
I have
well,
no clue what the cheese is going on.
Would you say that Isla is a local of New Barovia?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
We're all just random people who ended up on this country.
Just in passing travels.
Like
Kinda
we're
makes
like a bunch of, we're like a bunch of tourists that suddenly found themselves in a country that declared war, and now they can't leave.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, it kind of makes sense that all these new faces would start arriving in Barovia because Barovia was disconnected for the longest time.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's been like kind of exodus, pilgrimages, and migrations that have been taking place over the last 5 years. The population's grown significantly since it originally was. I track stuff like that. They even set up a mint. But yeah, I'm getting beside the
Wait,
point.
what?
Yeah, a mint, like a federal mint, That's how
Yeah,
they.
I just
Yeah. I wasn't kidding when I said they put a lot of work into this place. But we'll get into that a little bit
Oh
later.
my god.
Anyway, as you all kind of gather together in the kitchen, Kaz sets to work pouring over the various ingredients available. Give me a cooking utensils check. Cooking tools.
How would
So
you
something I
even do
wanted
that?
to bring up on that note. I wasn't sure what kind of attribute it uses exactly, or
Did
if
you have it
that's
set to
just something that
query?
I choose.
Don't you just add your proficiency?
But yeah,
Um,
but it also
you can add a
goes
modifier
with
in some instances, yeah. So, like for example, with land vehicles, you would add your dexterity modifier or strength modifier to specific rolls depending on what the check is, like maneuvering, keeping hold onto the horse's reins, etc., etc.
okay.
But yeah, yeah. So with
Currently,
that said, it would be I would say wisdom. Yeah,
Yeah, just to know which works. I guess that makes sense.
exactly, right?
What
It's not
what
really
ingredient makes?
a matter of
Yeah,
intelligence. It's kind of like cooking's more like an intuitive thing, correct? Yeah, I'd say that.
sure, sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
fair enough. Let me change that over then. I had it set to dexterity at first.
Oh no, that's it. Like I said, it depends. You're just kind of pouring over the different ingredients. That's why I call wisdom specifically. But
Yeah.
like cooking under like duress or in a hurried fashion would require dexterity as an example. So that's why I say
Alright.
setting it to query is kind of an okay um, choice if that's something you want to
Oops, crap.
do.
Okay, yeah, that would do.
No worries. Beautiful. Okay. With the ingredients available, much to Kaz's satisfaction and delight, she would be able to provide quite the extravagant feast with the foods available, as the ship appears to have at least a month's worth of rations, given the current number aboard the vessel. With this in
Well, that's
mind,
convenient.
what does she choose to make? And it makes sense that a ship would keep a bare minimum of like a month of supplies aboard. In most cases, it's usually 6 months because of how long some trips by sea can be.
True, true, true. True, true, true.
A variety of meats as the main part.
Some smoked meats, some dried meats, and a couple of refrigerated meats stowed in a cool box, lined with enchantments that give off a icy aura.
We never had anything like this at home. Oh, if I could only bring back something like this back home. Yes.
What's
And
that?
she'll look through that. The meat's in the cold box.
With it, you could create a vast array of dishes. Um, does she have anything in specific in mind?
I did not think that far ahead.
She could wing it. I mean, you have your conventional like chicken, beef, fish, pork, and then some other more exotic meats.
We will go with some good old-fashioned beef. Something that Kansas is more familiar with.
Understand. Okay. And Kaz begins to set to work preparing a beef stew.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. As Kaz begins preparing these dishes, what do our other compatriots decide to do with this time?
I look over to like Chiquita and Lance. It's like, no, how how are you guys? That was a thing.
uh
That
If I'm being
most
really
certainly a thing.
honest, I felt useless.
Oh no, don't worry. There's a lot of that going around.
For me, gas is very used for a kitchen, yes.
You definitely
Hmm.
are, Kaz. We appreciate you.
We appreciate that. But yeah.
Hee.
So be real. I kind of wanted to get everyone's opinion on what we're supposed to do right now. Because let me tell you, I've been in like New Barovia for at most a few days, and shit has gone to fuck so fast.
Yeah.
We're out of the city limits. We're near the border. We could take our losses and just start moving. Or do you guys have any unfinished business back in Barovia that you guys want to, handle?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of unfinished business. Uh, I still want to make sure that all the people that we quote unquote rescued are safe. Uh,
Hmm.
I still want to talk to you because I wanted to trust her and give her the journal, but didn't have the chance.
Give her
And
the what?
frankly, I said that I wanted to help. And if we leave now, it kind of feels like I'm I broke a promise.
I mean, we I get where you're coming from, but thing is, I don't know. I've been taught I've been taught that there some places you just have it's best to be keep an arm's reach. You know, yeah. Sometimes some places just have to deal with things themselves. Now, I'm not against going back, but I'm just saying it's an option that we can consider because we're frankly we're not even sure if there's going to be a new Barovia to go back to. That's a terrace, man. That thing I've been gone for 50 years and I still know what a Tarrasque is. That thing shouldn't exist. And yet it's there, tearing the city
Oh,
apart.
50 years, but you still look so young.
It's a long story. I guess I never really
Well,
told you guys but anyway.
we have a lot of time.
Yes, we have 3 days. Tell me story.
Uh, eh, Fine. So basically I was born in some village backward village. My family had an inn, pretty idyllic life, pretty simple, pretty easy. I joined the town's guard pretty early in my life, and trained there, learned to fight. Something we got a report in on the one of the nearby forests, basically some kind of disturbance, and we went to check it. And me and a bunch of the other newbie guards, we didn't really think it was gonna be anything that big, but we found out it was some kind of, from what my master told me, it was some kind of tear into the Feywild, and our my entire group fell into that. We found ourselves in a huge forest at night, and then we got preyed into by a bunch of weird-looking beasts. Like, if I remember correctly, he called them. Master called them displacer beasts. They look like big, huge, scary cats with tentacles on their back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
gas doesn't like
Oh
tentacles.
my. That sounds very interesting. I've never
Uh,
been to Feywild.
Yeah. So they so like there was like 5 or 6 of them. I barely remember that part. But they pretty much tore through us. Nearly got to me until Master got to me. Master uh dealt with them pretty quickly, honestly. It's a surprising how fast she killed all of them. And after that, she kind of took me in and taught me how to fight and how to survive. I was only with her for like a year at most, maybe two, until we found like another stair back into this place, into the regular, I guess not regular world, material plane, I think is the proper term. Yeah, get back here. So Master Julie like says, okay, I've taught you enough. It's time for you to learn from other experiences because her whole mindset is that I should learn from one source. I should learn from everywhere, and basically told me to go back. By the time I came back here, town was not a town anymore. Town was a city. My parents were long dead, and 50 years have passed. It's a year for me and 50 years here. So I got nothing. I had nothing. I had nothing left here. My sister was an old lady by the time I came back here, so she had her own family and didn't want to bother her. Being apparently missing for 50 years. So I moved around, see where I can find. I can learn what I can get. And just got to myself here in Barovia. Then this shit happened. So yeah, that was a lot. I guess technically I'm like 67, 68, technically. But I'm just like 18, I'm just like 20 or something. I don't know.
While
It's weird.
cooking, Kaz has a moment trying to do the math, which she is not very good at, and she has this very strange look on her face.
But yeah, so that's basically what happened to me. I came here. I came around here just to learn. Try to do, try to do good where I can, but that was never my priority. Seems to be your priority, Lance. Try to do good.
Yeah.
Want to help you. I'm still willing to help you with that.
Also,
But
I'm just assuming I noticed. Kaz, are you good? Speaking of which,
Oh yes, it is all coming along very nicely. Take a
okay.
whiff. Mmm. The beef is cooking so nicely.
Does it actually smell good?
The
Well, I
succulent
rolled a
smell of
17.
well-cooked beef is beginning to waft
Oh,
through
right.
the interior of the ship as the stew begins to kind of come into its own. Much to everyone's surprise, it appears Kaz is rather proficient in the kitchen.
here we go.
Has cooked lots for a clan.
Wow. Okay,
Basically,
well.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So that's my that's where I'm coming from. I never really came here to like make the world a better place or anything. That was never the intent. So I'm all for it. I'm all for helping people, but I'm just saying, maybe cut your losses. Maybe you're gonna have to weigh whether it's worth it or not. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm pretty much untethered, and I can go wherever you want. So I want to see where you guys are coming from. Maybe maybe I'll learn something by helping you guys. Is what I'm currently thinking.
Well, the last, I don't know, was it like less than a week has shown me I want to do good, but also I need to get stronger, or else it's just empty words. And I'm tired of living that life.
Why do
Chiquita
you?
needs to get stronger too. I can agree with that. We can't do anything if we're this weak. Look at my parts. They're rusty. And she opens her cloak.
Uh,
Okay, you can. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, we saw. You can close it now. It's fine. It's
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just showing you because I'm going to break one day if someone punches me hard enough.
Okay.
Well then we gotta all work together and we can help fix you.
Yeah. Sorry, Lance. Can I ask? You seem to really want to do good. Can I ask why? I mean, aside from doing the right thing, but you seem to be very fixated about it. Kind of making me curious into why that's the, that's the reason.
Uh, what?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if my story is going to be as fantastic as yours, but uh, look, I'm a simple boy from the country, and
Yeah, that is about it.
my parents basically just tried to raise me to do what's right, and that's kind of what I've always tried to stand by, and even my name. Well, my mom was a baker and my dad was a guardsman, and uh I know I'm not the strongest physically, but they actually named me Lance because my dad would always say whenever he's out guarding, he would always be kept safe because he had his lance with him. uh so just I always thought I could be the person to help protect people, and I still want to do that, even if I feel the weakest I've ever felt in my life. Um, and also, uh, I don't want to keep empty promises after all the lies I've said before you've all met me. Um,
Chiquita thinks she has idea.
you have an idea?
Maybe one that could help, that we could all agree on. All our my flesh pets can agree on.
Sorry, flesh pet.
I think, yeah, I think this is the. Sorry, what was that? Is that like,
Flesh pets.
what are
What
those?
are? Is that us? Are you saying we're flesh pets?
Yes? What else are you?
Friends?
Well, Kaz does have plenty of flesh on the body.
Oh,
Kaz, you
don't worry, don't
don't.
worry.
Okay.
You are good boys and girl. And it's very good that you are here with Chiquita. Okay? So, listen, I was thinking maybe after Tarask is gone, Tarask, bye bye, Tarask, we go check on Barovia, see what happened, make nice. Then maybe we go on adventure for getting stronger parts. I mean, stronger flesh pets. Yes, stronger. Everybody's strong. Stronger.
Stronger flesh pets. Are you replacing us?
No, 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 no. I wouldn't replace you.
I'm giving a side eye to John
I
right now.
say I have a very confused and kind of almost biting my lip kind of. Okay. Can I get an insight? Can I do an insight check on Chiquito and exactly how? Or I want to get a feel on exactly how expendable she sees us.
By all means.
Because yeah, that raised a lot of red flags for John. It's like, hmm. Uh,
And I take an opportunity to walk in.
Drawn
see.
by the deliciously succulent smell of the beef stew, Isla leaves the captain's quarters and heads to the lower deck. Drawn in by the delicious aroma, and upon entering, she finds Kaz, Chiquita, Lance, and Jian, all seated together, discussing amongst themselves.
What y'all doing in here? I smell food.
Hey, hey, we didn't catch your name. You. Hey, you. What's your name again?
My name is Isla.
I don't know. All right, nice. I think introductions are like in order, as I still side eyeing Chiquita. It's like, so yeah, I'm John.
I'm Chiquita.
Also, by the way, according to your intuition, based off of what you've learned of Chiquita so far, you get the impression that she sees the majority of you as relatively dear, but still somewhat expendable. You could tell that she probably wouldn't lose sleep if you died tomorrow, but she probably. I'm sorry, but she.
Yeah, I don't need an insight check to know this.
I I didn't spend as much time with Chiquita as you guys, so I needed to know. Like,
Well, we
okay.
started with Caiaphas, so like this is not surprising at all for me. Like he's a hopeful, naive boy, but he's not that naive.
Okay.
But yeah, you could tell that she probably wouldn't lose sleep, but she definitely doesn't want you to die so easily. She probably doesn't want you to just keel over.
Oh, thank God. She cares.
So basically, as long as I'm internally, it's like, so basically, as long as we're useful to her, she won't do anything to us. Is what I'm getting.
I suppose, yeah, that's one way you could put it, yeah. That's one way
I
you could
would put it more like she's not charged to kill you guys. She's a assassin. So you point her in a direction, she kills. No one pointed her at you yet.
Love the yet.
Always a nice
Okay.
touch.
Obligation.
So yeah, I
And it has to
introduced
be for a reason too. It can't just be for no fucking reason.
Okay. So I introduced myself to Isla, and then I like gesture to Lance to like introduce himself too.
Hey, I'm Lance. Welcome to our group, I guess.
Yeah, shit was fucked, huh?
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
really
remember.
funny group.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember any of your names in the next 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm
I look
Chiquita.
I look at Lance.
Nope,
And
that does
and
not
kind
mean tell me it again.
I look at Lance and I'm kind of mouth. Where do you keep finding these people?
Look, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you were there when she appeared. I did. Why is it that I'm the one choosing these people? You can't put that on me.
She saved us.
I don't
She's
understand. Like,
angel. She's an angel from heaven.
I don't
It's
understand.
more
what I-
it's more on your I'm saying this like quietly. Look, it's more on your track record, man. You're being followed by what looks to me like a death machine and a potential and a potential fire hazard constantly when I met you guys. So it says more about your group than it does me, to be honest.
Chiquita just
well, you're
smiled.
part of this group, so you're association, okay? You can't.
Guilty by
You're part of this now.
association.
You can't say you're not weird. You're part of this now.
This
I'm
is so
saying
glad she
that. I'm
makes
just saying
such
that
funny
all I
friends.
all I thought I was doing was helping you guys fight some bandits, and it turns out that the bandits were not really bandits, and then we fought.
Okay, how do you think
we
I
met some
felt? I was
werewolves.
just going to be like, I'm saving the world, and guess what? Shit's not easy.
Are there any leftover bottles from what Kaifus was finding?
Yeah, he was only able to grab just a handful of them, so
I
there's
get
still
one of the
plenty.
bottles. I get a glass and I get a I don't know, I get some glasses and I get one of the bottles and I pour it out. I was like, we need to sort this out. What the fuck, man? And I start pouring alcohol for everyone.
All right, fine. It's
I
like,
won't
okay,
take
fine.
any.
I
I
like
don't drink.
alcohol. Yeah.
I don't pour one for Chiquita. I was like, I was about to pour one for Chiquita. I was like, maybe no, maybe alcohol is a bad idea for you, man.
I'm gonna hand my glass to Chiquita.
Oh no.
Chiquita's gonna down it.
All right, roll
okay.
Constitution.
Does it
Wait,
even
burger.
stick out of my mouth? My part.
Oh lord.
Good thing I bumped up my constitution.
We're all
Oh, that's pretty good.
And
nice.
as she downs the brew, it functions, surprisingly, as a rather effective lubricant for the interior workings of her gears and machinery. And some of the squeaking that she was making as she moved before has now faded.
I look at the
Oh my god!
I look at the bottle. Is it rum? Or did I just pour rum?
Yes.
Oh shit, that's man. Her insides are gonna be so sticky afterwards. Anyway,
Okay, but I'm not. Okay, no, I'm not gonna get into this discussion.
Yeah, realized.
not like that. You know, it's like when you spill rum, it's partly sugar. So when the alcohol
I
dries,
wasn't
you
implying
can't
bad
save
behavior,
yourself.
you weirdo. I was just saying she already has rusted parts. Okay. God, I don't know what you were even
I'm going to
thinking.
be moist on the inside.
I
Okay,
take a swig.
I'm gonna be real.
Take a swig and I
Be real.
chug it down.
Easy
Nice
though.
and moist.
All right. So, you know my story. Okay, I kind of know your story now. Chiquita, what the fuck is up with you?
Oh, see. That's very easy. I am a warforged, and I've been
I can
around
tell.
for a long time, like 300 years. I don't remember where I came from, but I remember what I used to do. During a wartime, I was killing, but first I would fuck them and maybe fuck them to death. That's how I live my life for a very long time.
There's a very vacant and very, like, not sure what to feel expression in John's face. It's like, ah,
Can it have a normal life? I don't understand.
Chiquita just nods like proudly. Yes, I killed so many. I killed so many people all over the world.
I pour
Now I
myself
come
under the
here. And this beautiful place reminds me of wartime. Beautiful time.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So I'm not the only one who noted that she just referred to wartime as a beautiful time.
Oh no, I thought you. I'm with you there.
Okay, all right, yeah,
thought-
cool.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
no, no,
I'm making
I
sure I heard
know.
that one.
It's
All
just-
right, yep.
I don't know.
I'm-
I kind of vibe with it.
Okay, you.
That-
You.
No, nope.
What's up with
No.
you?
I move around a lot. That's all you're getting out of me.
That is.
Now you see, I just heard about this sex assassin thing, and yet you're the most sus right now. What the hell, man? Come on. Shit,
You're not getting.
shit with that.
You're not learning anything.
Okay, but look, I'm trying to be good and all that shit, but I'm also gonna keep it real. If you don't tell us anything, I can't trust you.
Can
I
get
told
an
you to
insight
move around a lot.
Can I get
Yeah,
an
which
insight
also
check?
might mean by it like the stories of grifters and people who desert people is they move around a lot. I've read those stories. So that's why I'm like, you gotta give me more than you move around a lot, because guess what? We're adventurers. Yes, we move a lot.
Can I get an insight
I'm
check
not really an
on?
adventurer. I just move.
This
Can I
doesn't
get an
help me
insight?
at
I
all.
don't know.
It's not
Um,
supposed to.
I I want to specifically know is that if is it just her personality that's being closed off, or is she trying, or is she like actively trying to hide something?
Hiding something.
No, no, I was going to do an insight check, but okay.
All right. Yeah, I didn't need to. I wasn't gonna roll an insight check on Chiquita because I just believe her at this point. But yeah, I'll actually roll an insight on Isla because I. Well,
Yeah, that
okay.
was
Yeah, you
I
believe
still
her.
don't trust you. I just have no idea why I don't trust you.
And Jean kind of picks up what she's putting down. And the impression he gets is that she is in fact keeping something from the party.
okay. Look, you know what? Fair enough. You know, it's your business. We won't push you for it. It's just that if you're here to like kill us or lead us to something dangerous, could you at least tell us now so that we can deal with it now? I'd really rather not be blindsided by another thing. If you want to throw it
You're
down, you can
alright.
throw it down right now.
Nah, I think you're alright. You guys are funny. You provide enough entertainment. You're good.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
I don't know if it's inside or outside or in or out of character where I'm like, okay, great. So we have two people who think of us as pets or amusement.
I think it would be a little bit of both at this point.
I,
Yeah.
I take another swig of the drink. I walk over to the kitchen. Kaz, you see, oddly enough, you seem the most stable of the people we've met so far. What's your story? And I pass her a glass of rum.
Also, give me a constitution saving throw to see how well you hold your liquor.
I don't think I'm gonna do it well, but we'll see.
Well, you're just starting out, so the DC's only 12. As you drink more and more, it gets higher. Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're downing it like a champ right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pleasant buds. Very pleasant buds. Kaz, what's your deal?
What's the progress on the cooking at this point?
You're roughly about halfway through. Given the nature of a stew, it doesn't take too long to make. And
Yeah,
the
you just
longer
have to
you let
wait.
it, yeah, the longer you let it sit, the softer and more tender the meat will be.
Okay. And she will stop stirring for now. Hop off the stool that she was standing on to reach a kitchen counter. And then joins everyone else to, as prompted, tell her story.
Yeah, and I pass
Yes.
her a glass.
Ooh. It is not water, though. Let's think that Kaz should be drinking more water. And Kaz agrees. And then she
Thank
is, gets herself there's probably like ooh, what would a boat like this have for water storage?
There would be barrels of water.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
All,
alternatively, a lot of ships used to use alcohol, mead, as a means of keeping hydrated during long trips.
yeah, because water tends to capture a lot of algae that way.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, if this is not a seafaring ship though, right? We're situated on a lake.
Yeah, inland on a river. Right? Yeah, you're all golden.
Yeah, so it's definitely just regular water then if that's the case.
Yeah. Well then,
Anyway.
yes, she gets a glass of water from a barrel tap.
Hmm.
I'm guessing that's a tap.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I say, already a sensible decision. I like you already.
Kaz likes you too. You're a good friend. Okay, where does Kaz begin? So, Kaz came all the way from Baldur's Gate. Big place, very big. Bigger than Barovia. Kaz had to run away from home because there were noblemen who treated her clan unfairly.
Sorry to hear that.
And then she has a surprisingly bit more of a serious tone where she lets slip by the constant third person referential part of her speech. I could not stand the mistreatment anymore. So I caused lots of trouble for them. And eventually, they got sick of it. I almost had my master one time, in fact. A proud moment for Kaz, if it worked. But then they had the boogeymen take Kaz away. But then there was that zing, a zing in the sky. That, oh, you saw it too, right? It was like the sky opened.
Yeah, I saw that. What the fuck was that? And there was like,
Yes.
and like I remember Pagliacci says like he heard laughter and whoever that was. Yeah,
Indeed, the laughter of a man, a halfling, could have been heard as the sky was closing up again.
you all heard that, right? You all heard that. You all saw that. Look at everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very interesting.
I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was more
Easy
focused
case.
on running away from the giant thing that was trying to kill everything in sight.
Oh no, this happened before the giant thing that tried to kill us.
Oh yes, it was.
That
was
would
a-
explain why I didn't hear it.
Well, the fact that you said you will forget in 30 minutes, I'm not surprised.
Fair enough.
But
Alright.
it was thanks to that thing as this guy that Kaz has the opportunity to escape. But now, I have left my clan behind. That will not stand. I have to get stronger, make more friends, and get back to my clan. That is Kaz's story. Nice and simple.
I can get behind that kind of motivation. Yeah. Where is your clan situated?
Ooh, it's the underdwellings of the city. Many coupled clans are around there, but they only kept like pets and only used for manual labor around the city. They do not pay us, they do not protect us. It is only for their own benefit. We are what is that word? She is trying to say expendable.
Oh, okay.
In any case, they only use us for convenience. We don't really care for our well-being.
You hear that? No one should be treated that way.
Don't worry, I will take care of you.
You saw. She looks to Lance and Chiquita. You saw how that one guard treated me is that out of the city. What was it? Baleki? Buleki? Bootlicky? Anyway. Ooh, Kaz did not like that man. Called Kaz an animal. Bah, that's all
That
anyone
was
ever
rude.
thinks of couples.
Unbelievable
Yes,
that he
yes.
called you that. Ugh,
Yes,
stinky.
lots. Very stinky. Kaz does not like that stinky kind of people.
Huh?
Okay.
Gotta ignore the fact that Chiquita's being a hypocrite right now because she probably doesn't realize it.
Kaz just entirely ignores that in favor of, ooh, new friends.
Okay. So
Oh my god, I can't
Now
believe
that
I'm being a babysitter.
now that we've should we call Kaifas in this since we're all sharing? I mean, it's only fair that we like, or did he just, or should we just leave him be?
Well, I think we
How
should.
drunk do you think he's gonna be?
He brought, I
Very.
think he brought like, I saw him with like 4 bottles.
He walked past me with a few of those bottles, and he I don't know how he's still standing.
He is going to spoil his appetite.
I don't think he's planning on eating.
He's also a spellcaster, so I can't imagine his constitution is the greatest. I don't know if that's too much Medicaid, but I assume he can handle some liquor. But I also remember him passed out when we went to Valeki.
He was passed out?
Yeah. Just in the wagon, passed out.
He must have very interesting story. A man who drinks that much has many problems.
He certainly has a lot of
Yes.
problems.
That's actually very fair. That's honestly the point. I guess we'll find out about him some other time.
I also don't know
Well,
if he's going to share with us.
I mean,
Yes, better check on the food. And she scampers away back to the kitchen counter.
okay. Now that we've all got to know each other a little better, and that's good. Now we know where we all stand. And I'm looking at everyone else and like slowly squinting on Chiquita and Isla's like, at least now we know what we're up, what we're with, and maybe we can decide on what we can do next. I'm actually kind of interested in Kaz's story. That seems to be a more specific goal that we can actually work towards.
Oh,
So,
I was just thinking of a
silence.
specific
Silence.
because I remember there was a thing I wanted. The whole thing of me picking Elven for my language and all that stuff, and why I'm in Barovia. I just omit like, I don't know if I should bring this up now. Now that I'm thinking about it, well, I have other stuff I want to learn about Barovia, but I think helping Kaz is one of the more important things, and me learning about Barovia can be done later.
I mean, we won't be able to just do it by ourselves, so I guess we can go back to Barovia once things settle down.
Oh
And
yes,
we could-
Cass intends on overthrowing the entire hierarchy. That could take lots of time. Please, do not distract yourself on account of Cass. So, I do appreciate that.
No, no, worry, my little friend. I mean, like I said, I'm not. I don't. I'm more. I'm more about about the ride than anything else. So I'm willing to help you guys more than anything. More than anything. Again,
I
Oh,
don't know.
Cass wants us to make more friends. That is all. For now.
I mean, if there's something specific that you want to do in Barovia lands, we can go there. I mean, it's the closest. We can go. We can turn around and go back. Hopefully, they. I mean, they can deal with the rest, right? All those 7 heroes
No.
stuff.
No. Trask is a no-go. Feel like that should be obvious.
I'm not saying we're gonna deal with it. I'm just saying that 7 heroes they defeated Strad. Maybe they can handle. They can handle the rest themselves. Maybe by the time we go back, they're done.
I'd
We
rather
don't-
not take that chance.
As the group discusses amongst themselves, the stew has finally finished.
Deep sep.
Oh, thank you. I
Ooh,
give a first nod and accept the food.
I guess
Do I roll
everyone's gonna eat up now.
Yes.
I don't,
Food.
I, I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, but I am kind of hungry. So I dig in.
Oh, Kaz is starving. Very excited.
Thank you, Kaz, again for making
Thank,
us dinner.
thank you, Kaz.
Thank you.
And after everybody has served their portion, you all begin to eat, enjoying this well-prepared meal and moment of peace and reprieve after such a arduous week. And you share in the company of each other, a little bit closer, having gotten to know each other a little bit better. And as the meal draws close to an end, you hear, just off in the distance,
Oh boy.
those beautiful, beautiful audio issues.
Love.
Screwing with my pacing today, but it's okay. We got this.
We got this.
Found you. Re-upload it all over again. That's such a pain in the ass. There we are. Need a secondary mouse for this one.
Second
Them
mouse.
audio
What the?
issues.
How do you handle a second mouse?
I have like 3. I only use one of them.
I gave away my my old spares to a friend who need. But in the distance, you hear a sound that rocks the ship. A distant
heck?
explosion can be heard carrying on the air from the direction that you have previously come from.
And we were having such a nice time.
Anyone
Oh,
have any idea
wow.
what's going on?
I guess you have to find out. I like stand up the table and like move my way up to the ship and try to go to the crow's nest so that I can have a visual to see if I can see anything from up there.
The party makes their way to the
Cass
top
follows
deck.
him.
Yep.
I was gonna say Cass follows him, but also while still holding on to her bowl of stew, as well as Caiaphas's portion.
I'm also gonna take my food with me.
And
I'm gonna take just alcohol with me. So I'm just like, not again.
fair enough. And the collection of adventurers make their way to the top deck of the ship. Jean scales the mast, perching in the crow's nest to maximize his field of view. And what he sees far off is kind of jaw-dropping. Now out in the open air,
Oh, Jesus.
you hear yet another explosion, accompanied by a massive plume of black fire streaking off into the cloud cover above. In the direction of Barovia.
Look good.
That is blowing up the Trask, then, yes? It is good news.
I love explosions.
I think they decided to go for the MAD situation here. Can I see like? Do I see? Do I just see fire? Do I not see like any of the city at all? Or
You see a good portion of the eastern side of the city at this distance. You can't make out any really like specific details, but you can see the
yeah.
walls, you can see the buildings, um, and amidst it all is a singular narrow pillar of black fire straight up, shooting straight up into the sky.
So there's a huge, ominous black pillar of fire going into the city. Might have killed the Tharas, but at the same time, might have killed everyone else there too. Just so you guys know.
I vote we ignore it and just continue and avoid the danger.
Yeah.
Now,
This is not
if
shit
I
she
remember
agrees with it.
correctly, never mind. You know what? We'll scratch that. We'll scratch that. No, actually, better yet. Which? One second. One second. Because you might actually have insight as to what that was. So just give me a moment while I check and make sure.
Who, me or? Because I probably don't.
It was something you saw as the party was leaving.
Oh.
Yes, here it is. Perfect. Okay. Jean and Chiquita are both able to kind of recognize what the black fire may have been sourced from. As during their escape from New Barovia, in passing, you saw Pizzoli launch himself into the sky with flames not too dissimilar.
Okay. So. Huh. Huh. I don't know how to process that.
Can I
I
roll insight? Since I'm familiar with a lot of fire stuff and see exactly what was done.
At this distance, you would only be able to make a rough approximation, but I will allow you to roll insight to give you some more specific natured details. All right. And as Chiquita kind of combs her somewhat spotty memory of accumulated experiences over 300 years, and her expertise in evocation magic, specifically in that of fire, she's able to ascertain that this particular fire is potent. She's never seen fire colored this way, and it clearly must be magical in nature for it to carry such an ominous and unnatural hue.
Wow, Bizoli
It
must have
is,
blew it up.
it
I
is good,
climbed,
yes.
I climbed on the crow's nest and the mast. I see the I see the bottle of liquor that Glass is holding. I take it from him, take a chug, and give it back to him. Like, so I think Pizzoli just uh either saved New Barovia, or torched it.
That is
Not
so
sure which one.
exciting! I can't wait to find out.
Not quite sure
Sound
which
good.
one.
Well, in either case, did can we? Or I have no idea. Uh, does it seem like they at least defeated the Tarask?
I couldn't. If you're asking me if I saw the harass from amongst the big torrent of black flame. No, I didn't see the cuirass. Whether it's dead or not, can't confirm.
Uh,
Honestly,
eh,
either sound good enough to me.
Mm. Okay. You know what the thing is?
Kaz is hoping everyone's okay.
I do too.
I wonder
And
if the husk tastes good.
I don't want to know. I
That
don't
would
want to
be
know.
a lot of meat, wouldn't it?
So much meat.
I feel like it would be very chewy because it's so strong and muscular.
I wonder how much of it would actually be edible.
Probably none of it, to be honest. But anyway,
That is a good point.
you know what? Master Vatikai and Mute are there, and they trust Pizzoli, so I'm assuming that this was a good thing, maybe. Jesus, that's how much power Pizzoli had. Still trying to
Wait,
process
what?
that.
Oh,
Still trying to process the whole, you know. You can see it from here, man. Big
He
Yeah,
has
I-
very
fire.
strong fire magic. Stronger than any fire magic I've seen.
you said you wanted to
At this
learn
point, the pillar is
from people, so
slowly
maybe they might be the
dissipating.
strongest people.
Oh, it's going away.
Oh, okay. I guess I guess it's solved then. I don't.
I don't know.
Well, now that that's over, can I get extras?
Kaz looks at the portion for Kaifus that she's carrying and looks around for the recipient.
If Caiaphas didn't come up for see that, I think he's not cold.
That is a shame.
He really needs to stop drinking so much.
Here he goes then. I'm sure he won't mind. I can make more.
Or was that a yes to me having extras?
That's a yes.
She holds
All
it
right.
out.
I'm going back to the kitchen.
Kaz is wanting more too. And then she also heads back to the kitchen.
So, after seeing that,
She looks back to John and says, many scary things just seem to always be happening in our lives. Kaz's best advice is to take in the moment when you can and enjoy the little things, like good food. It is good for your mental health. Health for that.
that is very insightful of you. Thank you, Cass.
Yes, yes. You will be having seconds too then, yes?
I'm a small boy. I'm not. I don't really eat that much, and I already finished my first portion. You can give Isla my second portion. I think she'll be okay. She'll want it.
You cannot get any bigger if you don't eat more.
Okay, okay. Go back down to the kitchen, while still like looking back to the aftermath of whatever that was. It's like, okay.
All right. So, with that, our party returns back below deck to the kitchen hold where they share in seconds of their meal as the sun begins to set on the day. They moor the ship, pulling anchor and floating in the wide river, listlessly against its now idle current, and withdrawing for the evening to their respective cabins. And as they fall off into a gentle slumber, their dreams, wow. That's why you
Oh
should.
no!
That's why you
My
should.
brain.
Oh no.
So
My
you should
brain?
read and talk at the same time.
Oh.
Um, as they withdraw for the evening and retire to their respective cabins, their dreams are troublesome, and sleep is difficult.
I guess this will be in character.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
You all
Oh no,
share
it's that track again.
in a very similar, if not identical, dream. You awaken in your cabin, as everything is as it should be. A strange compulsion takes you, driving you to leave. You follow this compulsion as it brings you to the upper deck of the ship. And as you make your way out into the crisp night air, above, a crimson moon. The forest around you, flanking the ship, dotted with strange white trees. An ominous sense of being watched fills you. And as you follow its source, you turn, silhouette against the moon, a massive darkened figure, tendrilless growths, writhing, undulating in the darkness just beyond your sight. The eyes of hundreds of thousands stare off in the distance in the direction of the ship, their details obscured in the shadow. And as it reaches down, the massive, imposing figure, its rough-hewn, unsettling hand reaching down, its fingers wrap around the ship with you aboard its deck and swallows you up in an ominous crimson light. No sooner does this happen, do you all simultaneously snap awake, drenched in sweat, heart racing, as you struggle to understand the strange dream that you just had. A dream that you remember with such crystal clear recollection. It's almost as if it just happened to you. And yet, here you are, in your cabin, in your bed, soaked, cold, and shaken.
As Jan is hyperventilating, he's saying to himself, "Man, fuck this place, Jesus." Please,
The clanmates always did warn me not to eat so much before bed.
So does that mean that Chiquita just hallucinated all of that?
Chiquita, as she was kind of disassociated from her sense of self as she kind of went into her centuries rest state, found her mind assailed with the same imagery, despite being machine.
I look through my porthole, and can I see like what type of day it is? Is it still night?
You gaze out into the porthole of the cabin, expecting to see the same crimson moon looming ominously in the sky. But you're greeted with the same night nightly forest that you had fallen asleep to. Not a single detail out of place. But despite this, that sensation of being watched doesn't subside.
I ready my blade and creep out my cabin and try to suss out where I'm feeling that sense of being watched coming from.
As you attempt to investigate, sussing out a potential intruder or spy who may be observing you at a distance, you're suddenly met with an unsettling revelation. No matter what direction you turn, the sensation of being watched sources from directly behind you,
That's not what's happening at all.
as if something is looming just behind you, breathing its cold, icy breath on your neck. A sensation that you all share.
I tense and like still in a ready position. I slowly creep my way to one of the closest cabins and like give a short tree knock. Whoever that is, I'm just trying to see if I can make contact with them.
And whomever happens to decide they wish to be that cabin. How do you respond? I'll let you choose amongst yourselves. Because I never assigned you expressly a room, so.
Kaz leaps out of bed and runs straight out of the door, bumping into John.
Hey, you okay? It's a lot faster than I expected.
Oh, Cass has the strangest sensation that she needs to be ready.
Yeah.
Do you feel that too?
Yes, absolutely. Something's not right. I think we should all gather. Something's about to happen. And I get your stuff ready. I go to the other cabins and start like knocking on all of them. Like, making
Cass
sure
runs
that
back
everyone's
into her
awake.
cabin and drags out this big heckin' maul that's almost twice his size.
I knock on everyone's room and and I'm guessing like everyone's starting to like stir and everything.
Yep,
And then I go
one
to
by
Kaiser's
one.
room. And I go to Kaiser's room and like knock harder than I did the previous ones. Like, Caiaphas, get up.
You hear no response on the other side.
Oh my god. Can I don't know if this is something I can figure out, but if I assume we're all having this dream or feeling, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to like, if it's like some kind of illusion, or if we're why would like it continue even after waking up? So that's what I'm trying to, is there a way to like figure out what's going on if it's like magic related?
You can try rolling insight.
Insight, okay. Nope, I'm too terrified.
Gripped by fear, uncertainty, and sleep, Lance attempts to discern the source of this unsettling sensation. But despite his best efforts, his groggy mind fails to suss out the source. Feeling that same ominous gaze boring itself into the back of his head.
I'm like really loudly and yelling, Caiaphas, get up! Like really pounding into the thing.
And
Yes,
as you wail on the door, surprisingly, the latch comes unhinged, as the door isn't locked. It slowly creaks open, revealing the room within. A drenched and clearly distressed Caiaphas tosses violently in his bed.
Um, I check him to make sure he's like not like drowning in his own vomit or anything. Just make sure that he's doing okay.
A quick medicine check should be sufficient.
Okay, a second. I'm not that medicine, but okay.
What is the matter with him?
As you
15.
examine Caiaphas's unconscious form, attempting to suss out any sources of injury or potentially if he's asphyxiating on his own vomit, and as you inspect his person, you find no injury, find no sickness, but yet he doesn't stir. The veins in his neck and forehead are bulging, as whatever he's dreaming about is intense.
I tried to slap him wake. Caiaphas, wake up! Get out of there! Get out of there!
And with a heavy slap across the face, he finally does stir. A sharp inhale of breath, kind of marking his return to consciousness. With a annoyed and somewhat frustrated tone, he looks up at Jean. What the hell was that for?
Shit's going down, man. Get up.
You
Groggily.
are not looking so well either.
Groggily, he stirs from his bed and climbs to his feet. What the heck is it this time? Is the world blowing up?
Maybe, or maybe just something trying to kill us.
He heads over to the nearby wall of the room, grabs his spear, and joins Jean as they return into the hallway.
And is everyone else like in the hallway or like ready up?
Kaz is with him.
Yep, Kaz is with Jean. Caiaphas.
I got. What's Lance, Isla, and Chiquita doing?
I guess we're just I'm just trying to meet up with everyone then, because
Then yeah,
Chiquita,
you are all in the same hall.
yeah, Chiquita's just chilling.
you seem very calm. Do you know what's going on?
What did you guys see that too?
Yes.
Just confirming. Just confirming. Red Moon, creepy tentacle dude, came at you.
Yeah, it was. It was
Exactly
weird.
like that.
It was very weird.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't
good.
think I've ever had something like that happen to me before.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I hate this, and I should have just stayed home with the Trask.
I have questions, but now's not the time for the answers.
I just think all of us shouldn't be alone tonight. Something's happening. Something's going down. Get ready. Just keep on your guard. Let's go into the kitchen. At least there's more space there. Stay up. I like gesture them towards the kitchen so that we can like stay together.
Have I tried
Yeah.
looking outside yet?
Everything seems okay outside.
What's
I
the
don't want to.
feeling? It does not stop.
Yeah, but I don't want to go outstairs because it could be a trap if there might be people out there. I don't. Can I just like stay quiet for a bit and concentrate on my hearing to see if I can hear anything from above the deck?
Yes, actually. Be my guest. Roll perception.
Just so that I can suss out whether we're alone in this ship.
I hate this.
Oh fuck! Nope. No.
As you listen for any sound or particular characteristics that stand out. I'm gonna go ahead and ask everybody, what is your passive perception?
My passive
Yes.
Well,
Perception.
passive
Uh,
perception is passive perception is 15.
what
Mine's a
Or-
10.
is passive perception? Just regular perception, or
Passive perception would be what your bonus to your perception is plus 10. So if you have like a plus 5 on your
14?
yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
13.
As you all kind of sit in silence, giving Jean a moment to listen for any potential threats that may be aboard the vessel, all of you, with the exception of Lance, hear a single whisper carry on the air. Shormash Urdal. And the sensation of being watched fades.
Did
What
anyone
the
else
fuck?
see that? And Kuze also repeated.
I'll tell you.
What was it?
Shormash
I see it
Urdal.
from us or down.
What the hell?
I look at Lance because I look at Lance like, did you hear that?
What are you talking about?
I heard a whisper. Shormash or doll. Does that ring any bell?
I mean, do I do a history check or what? What do you want me to roll for that to see if I can?
It could be history or religion. Both of them would be acceptable rolls.
no.
Can I
Oh,
roll one
no.
too? Can I search my database?
Did I? No. Okay.
All of
I have to
those
do
who are-
history then.
All of those who would be curious as to comb their
Okay.
memory or knowledge of such a name, feel free to roll right now.
It
Guess
I
was
taught
religion
how to
and
read
what
or
else?
write.
Or
Religion
history.
or history?
I'm terrible in both.
I'm not even going to try. Dan is a stupid man.
I should not have tried.
I think it's funny that I didn't hear it, but I'm the one who knows probably.
I looked in because I told you specifically because I knew that you're the most well-read of all of us, and I'm
Yeah.
one of the least well-read of all of us.
Yeah.
All right. Of those present, the only one whom has even the slightest inclination as to what this name may be or where it may have come from is Lance. And of this, he's
I
only
take 5
able
points of sight.
5 points of psychic damage. No.
As usual,
Um
Lance is the only one who is experiencing the Eldritch horror.
Oh my god.
And the
Okay, I
Eldritch
guess I am gonna
realization.
become a part warlock eventually.
you vaguely remember hearing this name in the texts relating to old gods, dating back to the first era. While
Okay.
you don't remember any specific details, you do know that this particular individual, whomever they were, was known also as a few other aliases. One of which, the King of Darkness, the Hanged God, or the Scarlet King.
Ooh, they think very highly of themselves then.
Okay.
Out of character. out of character, I just love how the fact that Lance is slowly turning into a Lovecraft protagonist, and he's the only one who
Absolutely.
keeps to live.
He's like seriously, he's like literally the source, the aficionado on all things Eldritch.
And he didn't even like focus on this as a profession. He's just like, oh, I wonder what that. Oh my god!
He just
Everyone
has
else
like
is
a brain blast all of a sudden.
everyone is terrified, but he's like he deeply understands why he should be terrified.
I don't like. I don't understand I don't hear why everyone else is on edge, but once I hear it, I'm like, oh.
Oh no.
That is
Sorry
a
about that.
Gizan, yes?
Yeah. So the Tarrasque might be not our only worry.
I wish I was surprised. I really wish I was surprised with that. Damn it.
I think that might have been safer.
It might have been, because at least we knew what it was.
So, what is that thing? What is this? What is this guy? What does he want with us?
I don't have that much information. I just know I'm afraid. And
It's
frankly,
just bad, isn't it? It's just bad, isn't it?
yeah, and I go into the details of what I surmise. And I'm going to be honest, if this is the situation we're in, we might want to go back, because if they presumably were able to beat the Tarrasque, they might be able to help us with this, because I don't think us running away is going to make it disappear.
Why is it?
Chance is tired
What
of
with us?
running.
What's with us?
I don't know, but we need answers, and the people who are strong enough to defend and possibly have the answers are probably back at New Barovia. Unless you have suggestions of anyone else who could be powerful enough nearby.
Chance knows no other.
Unless you, not unless you have access to the Feywild, but. Okay,
No.
I guess we're going back to New Barovia. What did you say? God of Darkness and all that.
Crimson
What does he want
King.
with us? What does he want with us?
Will turning
Um,
on all the lights help?
I have a
As
thing.
reaches for the nearest light.
Turn on
I
all
don't
the
know if this is
lights,
in
make sure
character
nothing's
or going to
watching
be
you.
out of character.
Yeah. Even though
Um,
she has dark vision.
well, because okay, I'm just gonna say, at this point we know that Kaifist is a warlock, right?
Yes.
I don't think
'Cause
we understand what Warlock is. We just know that he's a magic caster.
Okay, well, because I just assume we understand that dog will eventually come back to life, because that's what Kaifist
Well-
basically said.
He insinuated
know-
that he did insinuate that dog was his familiar. Yeah.
Yes, I think we understood the idea of a familiar anyway.
Okay.
Especially
Yeah,
since
they're pretty
some of your
commonplace.
casters.
Yeah, they're pretty commonplace in the Sword Coast, to be fair.
Sure,
But
sure.
I-
Okay.
I think I think in meta wise, we don't know that he's a warlock or he has a patron. We just know that he has magic.
Yeah, pretty
okay,
much.
fair.
That's how I
Okay.
get
Well,
it.
okay. Okay, but okay, then I guess this is outside, and this will not impact how our characters act. But I'm like, I think it might be related to him. With because you saw he was going through stuff, and you had to wake him up, and I think that's related.
Okay. In character, I was when Lance was talking about that, how everyone else reacted like the same way, or did like Caiaphas act anyway?
Oh
Did-
yeah, did
did my-
Caiaphas react in any way when hearing all
Kai-
that information?
Caiaphas is just stone-faced. He hasn't said anything. His expression hasn't changed. He's just kind of standing there with a focused expression as he kind of keeps an eye out for anything that may be a threat. He's not really paying the
heard that too.
conversation any mind.
I directed him. You heard that too, right? You heard the whisper too.
He turns, looks at Jean and says, "What whisper?"
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Not paying attention at all. Got it.
Get some water, man. Need to rehydrate.
Chiquita is suspicious.
Anyway, so I guess we're going back. I guess we should get back to Barovia. I think they've dealt with the Terras as much as they can, or at least minimize it. I don't know, man. I think we should just go back.
Agreed.
Yes.
Don't have many other options right
Chiquita's
now.
excited.
So, yeah.
I agree.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but I am not strong enough to fight a god.
Cass doesn't think she is either.
I think
But
I think regular people don't exactly think about fighting a god.
Fair enough.
I guess that
You
never
have to
mind. I'll-
you have to be a specific kind of crazy to go after that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna
that is
think
why
about
we
like
must get
the
stronger.
ascended godhood thing would relate to this, but I was like, wait, no, that this is a old god and versus a new god, so they're probably unrelated.
You didn't mention that ascended godhood thing, so you're the only one who gets to enjoy that, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's gonna. I didn't think about mentioning that, but also now that like we're at this point, it's like, okay, yes, but instill more fear into the rest of the party.
Yeah, sure. Keep all the. It's okay, man. Keep all the Eldritch revelations to yourself. I'm sure nothing would happen to you. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh my god. I love
Yeah, we
you.
totally don't need to be well informed as a party. No, not at all.
Okay,
Or
I don't want to
fear.
hear this from you. Out of everyone in the party, anyone else can give me shit, but you can't.
Why? Just because I wouldn't tell you anything about myself?
Literally nothing was learned. And you even said you're not gonna remember us by the end of the day.
I said names. I said names.
Yeah, but like, if you can't remember my name, and if we're presumably gonna be around each other, that we say our names on a daily basis, I'm going to get offended.
Let's find out for
For a
sure.
while,
What is Cass's
just-
name?
She's just
Well-
going to call. She's just going to call you Owl at this point.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'll remember your names eventually. Just it'll take me some time. Okay.
Anyway, that was all
I
out.
will
That was all out of
lie.
character anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
That was all out of character anyway.
Oh, was it? Anyway,
Yeah,
it
that was
still
out.
fits.
That was all out of character.
But
Anyway, so
yeah. With that said, I guess the party begins to set a course back towards Barovia, under the starry night sky. And with the current kind of working against them, the trip begins. And what was that? Go ahead.
I'm still.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that Chiquita is going to keep a very close eye on Typhus for the rest of the night.
I'm going to stay in the crow's nest for the rest of the journey to make sure that nothing else comes at us.
And as you watch onward, you see Caiaphas filling the remainder of the night, shooting empty liquor bottles with Eldritch Blast as he practices his accuracy and marksmanship.
Chiquita will clap and cheer for him, like a parent. What's the word? A parent.
Like a soccer mom.
Yeah, like a soccer mom or something.
I'm gonna stay close as well and try and nap while he's shooting glass bottles.
Before going back to sleep, is there, I don't know what kind of check you'd want me to do, but basically now I'm thinking, at first we're saying like what do they want from us, but maybe it's something also on the ship. So is there a way to like look for things that might be A valuer of note.
I would have you roll investigation for that.
Investigation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is my investigation? Okay. 19.
Okay,
Phenomenal.
gosh.
Nice.
Well
See,
then.
when I'm not freaking out, I'm like the best, but I freak out sometimes, and then it's like, well, good luck, everyone else.
Your computer just instinctively knows when you're freaking out.
So, as Lance takes the opportunity to comb the vessel for any suspicious items aboard that may have drawn the ire of this strange entity, he unfortunately finds nothing. The vessel contains not more than the basic fundamental requirements to have the ship function. And other than that, nothing suspicious really stands out or can be found.
Yeah. But on our person,
Yeah, well,
Does this
I
mean
don't
I
want
can
to
go?
meddle too hard, so.
Does this mean I can nap now? Or attempt to nap?
Well, yeah, the ship's course is set for New Barovia, and, at the very least, it's gonna take a few more hours for you to ride back in the direction you came. So yeah, if you chose to sleep during this time, you absolutely could. And to that end,
they,
I think I'm gonna wrap up tonight as I have a couple of little things that I need to get squared away and prepped for the coming week. So I know this session's a little shorter relative to last one, but it's the start to the real adventure.
Oh my god.
Just suspicious AF, but okay.
this is all the prologue.
Everything,
Yes.
essentially everything you've experienced though so far has been a prologue, yeah.
God,
To establish,
we have a Tarrasque. We have a Tarrasque in our prologue.
well, the cheese is a big reason why that was the case, but hell, yeah, it's one hell of an origin story.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's also that, but we also dealt with a black dragon, a person ascending to godhood, and other stuff. So,
Some major
know.
events that
You know,
you happen to catch
I
wind
love
of.
that we experienced all of that, and that's not our problem. Our problem is apparently some big fucking god of
I'm
darkness that has
like I
that
said,
has beef with us.
I
What?
absolutely aspire to create a dynamic living world. So you're gonna feel it, You're gonna feel it as they feel the stuff you guys do too, believe it or not.
I'm like,
I am
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I am excited for if and when you guys find out about my backstory and what I'm hiding.
Oh my
Also,
god.
my prologue
Of
was
course
just
you're hiding
meeting you
something.
guys.
Yeah. I was like,
I love this.
I just, it's just, it just, there's something very poetic about, oh, you see this eldritch horror? Oh, you see this eldritch horror? Oh, you see this eldritch horror? Nah, none of those. This eldritch horror.
It's like
This
duck,
eldritch horror.
duck, duck, goose.
To be more accurate, more like, you see the Eldritch Heart? No, but Lance does. You see that Eldritch Heart? No, but Lance does.
So true. Poor
Oh
Lance.
my god, I can't believe the luck I have.
Keep rolling high on those on those history checks, man.
Yeah, man, you're gonna become the
That's your-
literal goat regarding like walking encyclopedia. I'm sure in the future.
You are essentially that guy from Call of Cthulhu who's like learning all about this shit.
Oh my god, so true. Oh man.
You're,
I can't wait to establish my character a little bit more, make it a little more concrete.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, me
yes,
neither.
yes,
I
yes.
love it so far.
That's the best part of these.
So, with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed your prologue. I hope I've provided a adequate amount of kind of basic footnotes from which you guys can explore. I offer you a massive amount of agency in how you decide you go forward. And usually if I have to use Rails, I'll let you know in advance, and for good reason. You know what I mean?
Know what that is, but okay.
Railroading it's a term used for DMs who force their players into specific situations against their will and kind of like take all their agency away from them. Like you wouldn't be able to do this, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Basically, it's like a video game forcing us to play the main story quest.
Only.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, just real quick. I was still, even as we were going through the session, I was still deciding on my new spell. And at first I was like, I don't know if I can explain this, but after what happened, no, this makes sense. I took Crown of Madness as my level 2 spell. So yeah, that's easily explained with,
Hell yeah.
everything.
The
Just,
touch
but
going
it
on.
sounds funny.
The touches of madness are starting to dig their fingers into the recesses of Lance's mind. Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
It was just like, oh, this seems like a good spell. Oh, how am I going to justify lore? Oh, no. It already got justified for me. I don't have to worry about that part.
You're basically just taking all of Lance's stress and then casting it on someone else. Yeah, how does that feel? Does it feel good, does it?
And projecting all of the fucking psychological torment.
That's what it
It's
should be
like
called.
suffer.
Protection.
It's like this is what I go through daily. Experience.
Lance has his own penance stare now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
can
wouldn't
you
mind
handle
that.
this amount of anxiety? Neither can I!
For me to fix the world, I have to warp it first so it can be bent.
Fight
Oh, that
madness
is-
with
Plan.
madness.
I like it.
That's not a villain backstory at all.
No.
That's not a
We're the
villain
good guys.
Are we? Look at the entire party.
I mean,
I am-
Kaz is probably the most good out of all you.
No, you don't know anything about Isla.
The
Isla's
fact that
definitely
you're
a
lying,
good guy.
I-
100% a good guy.
Hell yeah.
She's just very secretive.
We don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover.
I think it has. Okay, well, with the knowledge we have currently, it's probably Kaz, and then Lance,
Yep.
and then John.
Yep.
It's people that are good.
Just, and then who goes after that?
Just roll a dice and see what happens that day. Because
I
literally
didn't
all of you, I'm
know.
like, I don't know.
And at the
who
very
benefits
least-
the most.
At the very least, you're not Pagliacci, which is probably at the very bottom of that list.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Oh, you'll get to know
Oh my god, she
Pagliacci.
didn't. Oh my god.
You'll get to know Pagliacci eventually. Don't worry.
Isla has not experienced Pagliacci yet.
Isla
the thing
has
is,
not.
you-
No.
Said some stuff that makes me go, are they at the bottom, or is it just they're at the bottom because of everyone else?
That's kind of
Pagliacci-
why he's at the bottom.
Pagliacci's a sponge, man. He just needs a good, good
A
environment.
positive role model to show him the right way.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought that was
It's
gonna be
just-
Lance, but who knows now?
Oh.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
this is gonna be.
I'm gonna
gonna
kidnap
be-
Pagliacci.
Oh,
I don't know
dear.
what's
God.
going on, but I vibe with the kidnapping.
Oh yes, you're good. Okay, clearly.
I wasn't saying that in character.
But you create your character, so that doesn't help you.
You never know.
So
You're too giddy about this. I know for a fact.
So, my friends, with that, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so happy we're getting back into things. As always, if you have anything important that you want to share, questions, comments, critiques, do hit me up in DMs. Don't ever hesitate to. We gotta keep those lines of communication open. And more importantly, thank you so much for coming through tonight. It's been an absolute treat.
Always
Thank
glad
you
to be
for
here.
thank you for the game.
Thank you
I
for
go sleep now.
destroying my mind even
Deep dive.
further.
I go sleep.
Got
Goodbye.
it. Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Night.
Love you.
Good night.
Night night, everybody.
Please, someone
See you
help
next
me.
week.
See, now Lance has a good prologue backstory to really motivate his decision to be an upstanding force of good in the world. You know?
I
He's got
wonder what
that
happened to
real-
all those. Oh, they all went mad.
You can't have a good. You can't have
Bye-bye.
good PC. You can't have a good PC backstory without breaking a few, NPCs for, the drama.
Uh, he, he's going through a lot, and he's still gonna go through a lot.
Don't
Oh my
worry.
god, how much of this
you'll-
is paralleling with with Silas?
It's pretty on the head, man. It's as I was gonna say,
Hey.
like when you finally meet Silas, he's gonna give you a big hug. Like when y'all get to know
Great.
each other and you vibe, it's like finally a brother.
Yeah, literally.
The fact that you both
Hug
agree on
out.
this is worrying, because that just means Lance is up for more trauma.
Oh, you poor Owlboy.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. I'm looking forward to more of this.
Likewise. Thanks again for putting up with the
Yeah.
torment. Much
No,
love.
it's fun. Even though it feels like I'm just a witness to my character going, oh no, sorry, sweetie, this isn't gonna end well for you.
Well, trust when
You
I
made
say the things that you guys are gonna be doing going forward are gonna have some real impact. He's gonna get to have
You're the
that.
one that.
You're gonna get to have that feeling of being able to make a meaningful difference. Trust me.
You're the one who decided to put your proficiency in history, man. You know all the dark shit.
He's smart enough to know how fucked everybody is.
Exactly. I chose a negative. I chose a negative intelligence score to be able to avoid that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I didn't also anticipate that also, as a comedic effect, I would not realize what's going on as everyone heard the name, but I still somehow got the mind fuckery.
You didn't hear the mind fuckery, but you know how fucked everybody is after learning the name.
Yeah.
It's like everybody contracting the plague. It's like, what's to say? And you know all the symptoms.
The
We're gonna be
truth
fine,
is,
right?
Yeah. This is fine. We're all fine.
And I'm not getting hurt yet, but I'm getting broken from all the knowledge. Oh, thank you for taking notes. Well, guess they can't hear right now. Okay.
Always,
All right.
always.
This is fun. Let's do this again.
For sure,
You
for
guys
sure.
next-
Same
you guys
time
next week.
Yep. And I noticed you guys wanted to talk about potentially starting earlier next week.
Yeah, we did. That was the thing, because apparently for some people this is going a little late. I mean, I'm okay either way, so it really depends on you guys.
Of course. Well, we can run it over in the specifics in Discord, and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Alrighty, guys.
Sounds good.
Much love, pleasant dreams, and have a great night.
Yep.
Good night, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
How was that for a session, guys? That was a great time. Got a little bit of character growth. Our adventurers grow familiar with one another, connecting, and soon enough, we'll have a tight-knit group. It's gonna be good times. I'm loving it. So, as always, my friends, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us at the DPRQ. It's our phenomenal community that makes all of this possible. So, from the bottom of my heart, much thanks, much love. Be sure to keep taking care of yourself. get plenty of water, stay hydrated, get plenty of rest. This is the cornerstone of a productive day. But more importantly than all of that, you keep loving yourselves and each other. And I'll hit you all again tomorrow. We're gonna be playing some Monster Hunter, baby. So if you want to tune in, be sure to stop by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll have the fun kickoff once again as we return to our regularly scheduled broadcasting. So much love again, guys. Take care. Pleasant dreams. And I'll see you all tomorrow.